Welcome to webinar 4 of the Be For Purpose webinar series. And today we're going to be discussing increased employee productivity and loyalty as a key pillar of your sustainability strategy. The objectives of this webinar are to discuss the importance of employee productivity, hiring, and loyalty, because we know that a sustainable workforce is a key pillar of your company's sustainability strategy. And we want to be able to help you in your journey towards a more sustainable business. So without further ado, let's look at the importance of employee productivity, hiring, and loyalty.
If you were to ask a panel of sustainability experts, what are the most important pillars for driving sustainability? I bet that the workforce will not appear in the top of the list. What we want to achieve as a first objective of this webinar is to convince you that the workforce is a powerful tool to drive your sustainability. Let's start by looking at a few figures. Did you know that on average, businesses spend between 40 and 80% of their gross revenue on employee compensations? Did you know that the average cost of a replacement was found to be 20 to 200% of annual salary? And did you know that the decreased productivity of each disengaged employee cost each employer between 3,000 to 10,000 USD every month? The greatest asset of a company is its people. I think that now you understand what's behind this simple sentence, and you understand as well that a sustainable workforce is a key pillar of your company's sustainability strategy. To drive this sustainability of the workforce, we have identified 7 pillars. And in order to give you enough details on these 7 pillars, we decided not to go through each one of them, but rather to focus on the 4 first one.
So let's start with employee health and well-being as part of your company's sustainability strategy. So what is employee health and well-being? Well, it's about protecting your human capital as your most valuable asset. Wellness programs help increase employee engagement, and surveys have shown that companies with engaged employees report 37% lower absentee levels, up to 65% lower employee turnover, 10% higher customer satisfaction, 21% higher employee productivity, and 22% higher profitability. And in the US alone, the cost of ill health at work reaches an estimated $2.2 trillion annually, which represents about 12% of GDP. And work-related stress alone accounts for $3 billion a year in costs to businesses. Let's now look at continuity of your workforce. And the central pillar of long-term sustainability in any company is the continuity of its workforce. And here we're talking not only about continuity of attendance by your employees, but continuity of engagement, productivity, and creative thinking. In order to safeguard these 3 things, modern managers and executives must consistently seek to understand and address the fundamental drivers which underpin long-term employee loyalty. We have identified 7 key pillars of workforce continuity, and they are: number 1, regular communication of a company's short and long-term vision and purpose. Number 2, clear personal career progression, regularly communicated with every employee. Number 3, cultivation of a work environment which fosters creativity and values employee feedback. Number 4, a clear employee support plan for parenting and family commitments during mid-career. Number 5, long-term strategic investment in training and education, particularly with local educational establishments. Number 6, fostering strong links with local communities to develop robust and continuous supply chains. And finally, for your employee continuity strategy, you must have a clear and authentic environmental, social, and governance agenda and framework to motivate your employees.
Let's now have a look at employee wages. And let's start by clarifying that a living wage, a decent wage, or a fair wage are the same thing. They cover the basic costs required for a dignified and healthy life. This is usually different from a legal minimum wage. It has been proven that paying a living wage would lead to economic, social, and environmental sustainability. Wages are a powerful tool to drive sustainability. It's not enough to simply increase them. Wages must become fair, open, consistent, and explainable. A good example of a company that uses employee wage to drive sustainability is John Lewis. John Lewis is one of the UK's most famous and successful retail chains. Most retailers of its scale are owned by shareholders. John Lewis Partnership is owned by its employee, and that makes a huge difference.
Now let's turn to sustainable innovation. Business innovation is not the same as product innovation. Business innovation works as a catalyst to enable business processes to adapt as necessary and ensure their sustainability as a working business. Innovative company cultures have been proven to be more profitable and to handle challenges better because they have more committed employees and therefore more increased productivity. Sustainability leaders are over 400% more likely to be considered innovation leaders than non-sustainability leaders, making sustainable innovation a key pillar to your company's sustainability strategy. So what do we need to have sustainable innovation? Well, you need a company culture that values creative ideas and employee input. You need a company that accepts failure as a necessary step towards innovation, and a company which supports company-wide collaboration and embraces diversity. A great example for this is Google with its play culture. And the thing about that is it's applicable to any company regardless of its size. As we saw in the previous slide, John Lewis, the retail chain, works to build a more personalized relationship with its customers through a concierge-style services, doubling down on everything it says that Amazon can't do, and thus remaining sustainably innovative.
We hope you are now convinced that a sustainable workforce is a key pillar for your company's sustainability strategy. And Be for Purpose can help you to achieve that. So please contact us today to find out more on beforpurpose.com. This webinar was brought to you by Anka Enash, Candace Iwit, Natasha Stromberg, Nicolas Petitjean, and Tivadar Balash. Thank you for watching.